Hello, welcome back to Terra Invicta full release Academy Bruto. In the last episode, well, we completely control Earth, and it has been quite a time. We are now arriving, at least this fleet is arriving at Pluto, and this fleet has some time to arrive. So once we do the battle on this time, Earth is now completely green when it comes to not polluting, but there's still work, to reduce all that carbon dioxide that's in the atmosphere. Of course, the latest nations that we captured are still struggling with unrest, let them keep fighting. The majority is that their GDP is quite low, and I would need 5 bajillion monies in order to do something about with it, because one point is 8,000, almost 9,000, and yeah, I had several millions, and I went, for example, to United Arab League and increased their economy. But still, they are like, no, that's not enough. China is still also struggling with unrest, but it's going there. It's mostly because the cohesion is okay-ish. But yeah, still, GDP is the king. USA is perfectly fine, and it's doing its darndest to, keep the atmosphere clean. EU is still fighting with the unrests, mostly I think only in Australia. Only Australia remains, because it's Darwin, this region, Perth, and Brisbane. So yeah, only Australia is still struggling to be part of European Union. Meanwhile, in South America, only this region is still being evil. African Union has plenty of regions, and in Arab League, it's still those region, and of course Israel. Oh, yeah. About in India, I have few, but yeah, Earth is not perfectly united, but it's at least perfectly green. So all we need to do is reduce those carbon dioxides and go to global. We started at least with 2.4, and we are now at 2.2. But yeah, lots of investments needs to be done to reduce this carbon dioxide, which is the most damaging one. So yeah, let's see what will happen once we start fighting. I know what will happen, but we win, right? Also, the aliens are still sending some fleets towards Earth, towards asteroids. They don't want to solidify the position at Pluto at all. And then we go, 200 ships of ours versus 132 of theirs. Where my ships are big dreadnoughts and battleships and whatnots, and there are tiny little annoyances. And I have also a mothership here. Looks like. So what you gonna do? And little twerps are not in command right now. But if having numerical advantage means I'm building more ships than they are. For the little twerps, the frigates should probably get easily lasered to death. Shoot this one. No flanking allowed. Okay. No flanking allowed, and they need to stop melting for us to start penetrating their point defense. And the ship will soon melt. Yeah, here's a strike. And now the rest of the fleet. Now they're destroyed, and where is the other part? Behind us. Goody two shoes. If I had probably had thrusters, maybe then I would change speed. So they need to they're racing towards us. And you don't have fuel anymore anyway. And also trying to be sneaky and go for flank and lasers. Come on, fight me. The maneuver all you want. Just no little twerps. Just have more reinforcements. I guess we still didn't lose any ship. Final reinforcements, and there's our assault ship also. Racing towards us. Sort of, yes. Right. That's how to resolve this. So we lost one. 76.9 exotics, wow. Alright, let's get a platform here for repairs and whatnots. Let's have a fusion. Fusion. Yeah. So yeah, Pluto ours now. Just need to destroy all those stations once we refuel and repair. And next battle, once you reach in 80 days, to Sharon. Maybe they won't be in battle because they might have skedaddled. Let's see what's at Sharon. Yeah, nothing here. So that was our last grand battle with the aliens over Pluto. There's nothing stopping us now, other than destroying their bases. And I don't know which one is their main base. This one? I don't know. We'll soon find out anyway. Yeah. And that's the final battle. Let's see what we are missing. Yeah, there are no 4K fleets. We just need to destroy their bases. So that will be done by the endgame fleet once it arrives. And I'm also sending some fleets towards the asteroids to make a cleanup. So yeah, I'll be right back. I don't know, probably once we find a base, or maybe with the event where the Earth is clean, or I don't know. Be right back anyway. Alright, we are now at the end of this long road. My fleet finally has arrived at the final base of the aliens that needs to be destroyed. This I don't know, icy planetoid where there's 2 last bases remaining, and their main base is on the Pluto. And here is our counselor with the proper org. Somewhere applied and places his mission to the Hydra is soonish to arrive over Pluto. The messenger into the 2.9 lanes, which means one more turn needs to pass. The Earth is, well, cleaned up, I believe, and yeah, all those nations are not far from being done, but I had to reduce their inequality because the price inequality has a very large potential, value on losing cohesion, and losing cohesion and also has a great potential on getting that unrest. So yeah, United Arab League, well, is now like not the perfect country, but you know, getting there. EU and US, of course, is, you know, perfect place to live in. China is getting there, and India and others are, you know. I would need to play this like 10 more years probably to make this happen, but I don't have enough time. I don't care that much.
Restoring order.
And yeah, that's I've received the achievement that Earth is now clean
On
up
Overwatch.
from any
Offering assistance.
Offering counsel.
dirty pollutions. Messengers arrived.
Wrapping up here.
So now I need to wait one more turn. And so he can go land and then probably
Offering
do
support.
its mission. There we go. And that should make everything complete. And then just wait for mission to be done. Finally, after third attempt, I managed to brave through the mental game, which is quite boring.
Violence is abating.
Things are stabilizing.
And that's the remnants of their fleet circling around Pluto. I may observe their fall, or well, it's not their fall. Right. Let's transfer that the orbit. In base Alpha. With unknown facility.
Prepping for re-entry.
I'm here. We'll restore peace to this nation.
Offering counsel.
Lending my expertise.
Offering counsel.
Mission in progress.
Order is returning.
Order is returning.
And the final breakthrough.
Feet on the floor.
You're there. Somewhere. Over here. And there we go. Forge an alliance.
Laying the groundwork.
There is little we cannot achieve when we put our minds together. A void, once daunting, reduced to a superhighway. A foe, once invincible, has learned to respect us. We stride forward with minds open and hearts full of courage, reaching together towards a unified future.
Victory for the Academy, finally! The faction known as the Academy has achieved its final goals. Academy's diplomats have concluded a peace agreement with the aliens. All of Earth is rejoicing. We've agreed to terms with the Hydras.
Against all odds, we have done it, Chancellor. The Hydra are speaking to us as equals. Perhaps someday we will speak together as partners.
The period after our envoy, the team passed through the wormhole, felt like an age. Our forces withdrew and waited In a tense standoff with the remaining Hydras, minutes passed, then hours. We waited, studying our sensors for any indication of the burst of radiation that would have indicated that the bomb on the other side of the wormhole had detonated. Yet what eventually came through the wormhole was two of our own personnel. They brought incredible news. The Hydra leadership had agreed to a temporary ceasefire. From there, things moved swiftly. More Hydras passed through the wormhole, armed and suspicious, but not immediately hostile. They demanded access to our bioweapon. We refused, but stressed that we would not use it so long as the ceasefire was maintained. The Hydras declared that this was unsatisfactory, but crucially, this time they did not cut off communications. Instead, we have been able to set up a relay system allowing for back and forth message transmission with the Hydra leadership on the other side of the wormhole. Relations are still tense. The Hydras continue to make demands, and back on Earth, the anti-alien factions are refusing to commit to the ceasefire. But negotiations continue, and already the Hydra demands are becoming almost reasonable. They have dropped their insistence on the orbital weapons platforms and instead are demanding guarantees against bioweapon research and development. We have agreed in principle in exchange for the Hydras recognizing human sovereignty over Earth, and we will offer access to our existing bioweapons research at some point in the future as a further incentive. They're asking for volunteers to join their forces as well. Arguments continue, but they are the kind of arguments I am well familiar with in the diplomatic exchange. The kind where both sides have a stake in the outcome. Hard as it may be to believe, I think the ceasefire will last. And once a ceasefire is in place, it is much easier to maintain it than it is to establish it in the first place. Our position is still precarious. Our position is still precarious. The anti-alien factions on Earth have already made it clear that they consider these truce only a temporary break in hostilities, while they build up their strength. It is only a matter of time until they launch an attack upon the Hydras or us, and the Hydras still do not have the slightest faith or trust in our species. If they can see a way to subjugate us without risk, I have no doubt that they will take it. Yet compared to a month ago, our situation has improved immeasurably. For the first time, there is a visible path, no matter how shaky, towards peace. In the early weeks after first contact, I had a dream that one day humans and our alien visitors might be united. An alliance of alien species, each different, each cooperating. We are far from the day where that could ever come, if it is even possible at all. But what we have done here is a good start. And there you go. Academia on the Brutal completed. Took quite a while. Maybe if I were more aggressive during early game, but I'm not sure if it's possible on Brutal. Well, we'll see. There's four more factions for me to go. But I don't know when or if I will do it. If I do it, then probably next one will be the Exodus, and then 3 evil factions remain. In any case, that's it for today. Thank you for watching, and I see you in whatever comes next.